Hi you guys, welcome to Mari Entertainment, where I'm trying my best to keep you company for as long as I can, for as best as I can. And if I stop... No, don't press stop. I'll start over. Hi you guys, welcome to Mari Entertainment, where I'm trying my best to keep you company for as long as I can. So today we're going to talk about nice date topics. Like, not date topics, but a good conversation starter to keep the date going to what doesn't get awkward. And then you have that awkward silence, and then he or she needs to go to the bathroom and they disappear forever. Because that's not what you want. That's not what you want. So I'm going to give you a good list of things to talk about in terms of getting a conversation going, in terms of where do you want to go in the conversation. Is it going to lead in a hookup? Are you trying to date a second time? Is it a long-term thing? Is it a short-term thing? These questions are going to help you guide in that direction. And if it doesn't work, ask a different question. Because most likely, a lot of people are not going to answer the question right away, or they're going to feed around the question because they don't know if they like you yet, or they don't even know if they're ready. But I know one thing, and the one thing is people love talking about themselves. They love talking about themselves. I like talking about myself. So if you can just get them in their right ego, in their mindset as they're talking, then they'll start telling you information you didn't even want to know. They'll start telling you information that you can mark down later. I bet she or he's going to forget that they told me this, and I'm just going to bring it up later in the conversation, and you're going to win cool points with that person because you brought up something they didn't think you would remember because they didn't feel it was that important. And you're letting them know that you value what they have to say. You're letting them know that you have a good retention and that you're going to be listening. And that's a good thing. So the first question is going to be, where do you see yourself in 25 years? Now that question is, it can be very harsh or very strong, but it's a very good question to break the ice because they're going to be like, whoa, why do you care? But they're going to answer. And if they answer in a good way, keep it going and ask, where do you see me? And I'm just kidding, don't say that. Ask where they see themselves in 5 years. Lower the years down so you know exactly where they're trying to go in their life, their goals, their aspirations. So maybe you can be a part of that, or you can at least be more support at the latest. So the second question would be, you look nice today. Why did you decide to put that on? Now that's something that is kind of, you can put that in the back of your questions, like a plan B question, but that's going to get them talking about themselves. Maybe they dress really nice that day. Maybe that's something you want to see them dressing all the time. Maybe that's just a special occasion. And most likely it's going to be a special occasion because most people who go on their dates dress to impress. Or if it's not a date, they still want to dress to impress because they don't want you to see them in a negative light, because everybody needs to be seen in a good light. The third question would be to compliment them and ask, what's your skincare routine? Or, have them gloat about themselves. Just ask them something that is their best quality, on terms of their face or their style or the way they talk. I like how you talk. Have you always talked like that? Just ask them nice things about them. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. I'm in a hot tub, so, I'm trying to be warm and cold at the same time, and it's hard. The fourth question would be to ask what they like to eat. If you ask them what they like to eat, I don't care what anybody says. They say the best place to get it to a man's heart is through his stomach, and that's true. But recently, in recent years, I've seen girls go crazy, and then once they get food, they calm down. So I guess it's the best place for both genders in terms of how to reach their heart, or at least how to calm them down. And a calm person is probably better than a nervous person, or better than a flaky person. Maybe they'll stick around for the food, and that's when you trap them. I like this person, so I guess I'll stay the whole duration of the time. Ask what they like to eat, and if they like that certain type of food, be honest. If you like the food that they like, especially if it's not your favorite food, say that you like that food. Let them know you have similar tastes, because similarities usually attract people for a longer period of time than if you guys have opposites. Because if you have an opposite attraction to that person will most likely mark it as a checklist as, oh, we probably won't get along because he doesn't like this or she doesn't like this. And that's not what you want. Now, the sixth question you're going to ask is, what do they like to do for fun? Because if you ask what they like to do for fun and they give a good answer in terms of what you like to do, you guys have even more common ground. So that means you guys eat the same food and you guys like to do the same thing. And that's a plus. That's very, very good. And it's definitely gonna take you somewhere in terms of maybe a second date. So the things that you should not ask, you know, maybe don't ask like right away, is like sexual questions. Do not ask sexual questions on the first date. Do not do it. Do not, unless that's what you guys both signed up for, then you can ask all the questions you want. But if you're looking for, you know, maybe something long term, do not ask that question. Like, not even on the third date, don't ask that question. That's either something that happens spontaneously or it's something that happens in a surprise. And you're gonna thank that person for it. And maybe you won't. I don't know, maybe the sex is bad. Maybe the sex is really bad. But anyways, do not ask that question. That's a question you do not want to ask. So I have to stop this right here because I have other people in the jacuzzi and I don't want to like talk over them. I don't want to like interrupt what they have to say. So I'm going to stop it here. Hopefully these questions got to you in some way, shape, or form to help change your dynamics of your question asking. Because remember, the person loves to talk about themselves. So if you ask them about themselves, they'll tell you. And they'll tell you in the longest way possible. Okay, I'll talk to you.